You've died and arrived at a train station to your afterlife. The trains are animals, traditional heaven, rebirth, and eternal nothingness. Which train do you take and why? Heaven, rebirth is way too risky. The chance of you pulling an ass card is really ducking high. I feel like if these are the options every time you die, rebirth would definitely be the most fun one. Except a future you might pick nothingness. So far past me hasn't. Every single one of my ancestors going back billions of years survived until they had kids, therefore I will also survive until I have kids. Duck, yeah, they didn't tell me my vasectomy made me immortal. I know what I have to do but don't know if I have the strength to do it. Get functioning testicular implants so you can finally end this hell. I put in a job application to work at the train station. This train station is going to be well staffed. Honestly, sounds like it'd be a better job than anything I've done on this side. Getting to hear all those people's stories would be amazing. Just work at gas station if you want to listen to random people all day. They'll probably just be paralyzed by this choice and stay at the train station. Cheaty. Show him the time knife. Yeah, we've all seen the time knife. Edit, I didn't even input that correctly. The time knife? Traditional heaven. I wouldn't want another ride on this whirling ember of a planet without my wife, kid, and family friends. I'd rather just chill with them in traditional heaven. How would you know they picked traditional heaven as well? Therese, no way you could know, but the question was if I was asked, not that everyone was asked. Imagine getting to heaven and finding out your wife's a Komodo dragon. Imagine if you found out she went to traditional heaven after a run as a Komodo dragon. Komodos are cool though. I wouldn't regret it. Edit, I have to be honest, I thought we were talking about me going through the life of a Komodo and then finding out wifey was waiting in heaven. That wasn't the case, but since it turned out fun I just rolled with it XD. Until she bites you. Is there sepsis in heaven? Is she still your wife or is she a Komodo's wife now? In a moment of panic and uncertainty I screw up and get in the one labeled afterbirth. It doesn't go well from there. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, discharged upside down. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier. Rebirth. I already live in Brazil and work since my teenage years, so I pretty much would like to risk it, and it would be pretty awesome being born in the future. Imagine being born as gay during Dark Ages. That would suck. It would, but you wouldn't. I'd give it another shot and say rebirth. However, on a different planet as an alien. Let's try something new this time. That's really gonna scare the people living on that planet. You talks about past life as a life form on some distant planet called Earth. Them aliens exist. I dunno, if a human was talking about having a previous life as an alien on some far planet, they'd be seen as a crackpot. Or they might get a cult. Oh dang, is that Kool-Aid? True, but you might gain traction if you have enough details about the home system. If they had sufficiently advanced telescopes, they could in theory verify the existence of our solar system. They could verify the masses of every planet, orbit periods, size and density with decent approximations. If they're advanced enough to detect H2SO4 in the second, O2, CH4, N2, in the atmosphere of the third and CO2 in the atmosphere of the fourth planet. They'd have to give it credit at least. I get on the train to Ghost. I imagine you'd get to do everything fun, like watch TV at people's places etc., without responsibilities. Also, you'd still be able to follow the soap series Earth, which should be entertaining to watch when you don't have to participate. Yes, I made up my own train. Deal with it. I accept it. Yeah, get to Ghost smiles. Well, at least you won't be alone. I get ghosted all of the time. Traditional heaven. Because I think you can make heaven whatever you want it to be. Like in Supernatural, where each person had their own heaven and nobody's was the same. It gives me anxiety, Like Dean is out for a drive while Sam lives 50 years, and ages remarkably little ahem. I already have that problem in life, getting into a thread while your rice burns, zoning out and missing your exit. I feel like a large portion of my identity is efforts I've constructed to thwart that flow state, and that by being in it I wouldn't be myself. But a different person. I don't know. I've idea of letting my guard down, even in heaven nope. Poor Sam. Grew to a rip old age but didn't know how to get a decent wig when he clearly looked like he was in his 70s even though he was maybe in his 50s. Send prayers. Rebirth. I like being alive. This makes me happy. I'm glad to hear it. To be quite honest, I'd rather just stay in the station. I wouldn't want rethink once I've chosen, I'd much rather stay and chat and meet all those who come after me, have them tell their stories, see anyone who comes in, have experiences which I never would have had otherwise. That's what I would do. The only winning move is not to play. Someone figured out how to beat the Stanley Parable. According to Buddha, eternal nothingness is the only good pick, but if I'll be coming back anyways I might as well do some magpie runs first. Being reborn and helping others to decrease their suffering is considered a legitimate choice in Buddhism as well. Animal Cause Monkey Edit, thanks for the upvotes. Reject humanity, return to monkey. I'd stay in the train station, and explore that reality, maybe even find whoever's in charge or figure out how the entire afterlife system works all the while meeting new and interesting people because everyone must die eventually. Best case I become basically a god, worst case I waste a few years there and learn nothing then choose a train later. I imagine the constant supply of new people to tell a random wall leads to platform 934 would help make the stay enjoyable. Nothing says fun like convincing a bunch of dead people to plow face first into a brick pillar. Look. Look. We got another one. He's going for it. Wham. Traditional heaven, you would be happy content by default. I always say this about if you ever could have one wish. Don't wish for money in the pursuit of happiness. Just straight up wish to be happy in content. You can't lose. I read a short story in which a man wished for eternal youth and happiness. He became a demented child who laughed a lot and chased butterflies that weren't there. So he was eternally happy, it's just other people who weren't. Boom. Too many people live with insecurities because of haters. Problem solved. We should all chase invisible butterflies. Eternal nothingness sounds nice, no wants, no needs, no stress, just myself and the void. Just myself and the void. No, just the void. Not even the void is there. That's how empty it is. It's so empty, you don't even need a where. That's how every it gets. I go to animal heaven straight up. Am really not comfortable around other humans in the first place. I won't like to go back to Earth with all the shit it's gonna go through in the future, and the eternal nothingness is just my greatest fear of all. Plus imagine petting an extinct species. Surely the dinosaurs must be there, imagine petting a dinosaur. Relevant, what, if there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die I wanna go where they went. Will Rogers. What about Valhalla? Must have been the damn world peace, won't let decent folk die in battle. The trains don't go to Valhalla, you'll need one of the longboats at the dock. Get on one of the rail replacement buses labeled Scientology and get off at the third stop, Teresa an ice cream truck there, ask for a grape and pillage Ben and Jerry's. The dude will tell you to get in the back, hellbind and blindfold you, but this is normal. After a few years you'll arrive at an airfield, and can charter a private plane, make sure it's a seaplane as the docks don't have a runway. Best of luck, oh. And eat the ice cream as soon as you can, you don't want it to thaw out and melt. All that to set up a pun. You the real MVP.